record. Yes. So welcome to today's session, which is time management. And the resource person of the day is Mrs. Ashwini Srinivasan from Bangalore. She is the revered resource person of SNTTC and math subject expert. So today she has come up with a very important topic, that is time management. As adults, we would always find it difficult, troublesome, a bit irritating, and at times we will be unable to manage time that we have got, isn't it? So today, our resource person is going to give you certain glimpses as in how to manage time being an adult, especially being a teacher, how important it is to manage time being a teacher. So I would like to welcome Mrs. Ashwini Srinivasan officially, and the stage is all yours, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I gladly welcome you all to the session. And our today's topic is time management. Yes, here we have an activity. I want answer for this all the colors within 2 to 3 minutes. I want the participants to come forward. You select any one color. According to the color, what is the sentence given there? You have to share about that. I request the participants to come forward and participate in the activity, please. Yes. I request any one of the participants to do the activity. Choose any one color. Read the sentence given there and share about that. It can be 1 or 2 sentences. Please come forward. Here itself we are wasting our time. Then how we will manage our time?
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Marina ma'am.
Ma'am, I'll choose the color yellow and it's written in front of it something about your childhood. I would like to say that when I was young, I was a very finicky eater. I didn't like eating food, but today I eat so much food that I've become like a balloon. So this is something that I wanted to share about my childhood, that I was a fussy eater and now I'm not at all.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, anyone else?
Good evening, ma'am. Pritam here.
Good evening, sir.
I would choose green color, and my favorite movie is Bhag Milka Bhag.
Okay. Thank
It's
you.
a Hindi movie.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Any other participants? Dear teachers, please come forward. Six colors are there. Only for 2 colors they have answered. I want even the other participants to be active in the session, please.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, Nisha, ma'am.
I would like to choose brown. And today, if I look at my life, I will say I cannot live without the mobile phone. Because as soon as I get up, I see where my phone is and keep checking on it every now and then.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Anyone else? 3 more colors. Okay, I'll come forward. I'll choose color orange. The thing you do well is in the class, I'll take care of my children very well. I can assure that. So 2 more colors are left. Please, any 2 of you come forward to complete the 2 colors. Dear teachers, please come forward.
Yes. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
This is Shanmo Priya. I'll go with brown color.
Yes.
Something you can't live without. That is my family.
Okay. Thank you for your answer, ma'am. Sir, we'll move to the next slide, sir. Okay. Here is the agenda of today's session. First one is introduction, benefit of time management techniques, practicing time management at workplace, time management tips, and feedback and questioning. And apart from this, what is your expectations from today's session? Any of the participants is having any expectations apart from the agenda? Next slide, sir. Okay. Ground rules of the session. Cameras should be turned on. Everyone should participate. Everyone's ideas are most important. Listen to the person talking and respond to the chat box. Next slide, sir. And here, introduction. Our topic is time management. We all know that time is very important for everyone. So it is rightly said, time and tide wait for none. An individual should understand the value of time for him to succeed in all aspects of life. People who waste time are the ones who fail to create an identity of their own. So, what is time management? Why is time management so important? Can you share your suggestions or points?
Time management means how we can make useful, how can we make proper use of our time so that we can achieve our goals.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Next slide, sir. Here, what is time management? Time management refers to managing time effectively so that the right time is allocated to the right activity, making the best use of time as time is always limited. So when we have effective time management, that is when you use the time in the best way, we can plan according to the time. We can do whatever we want to do in the particular time we have planned. So time management is the process of planning and exercising conscious control over the amount of time spent in some specific activities or the increased efficiency and productivity of the teacher. It involves organizing tasks, setting priorities, allocating time to activities and techniques to optimize the use of time. Next slide, sir. Here, effective time management allows individuals to assign specific time to activities as per their importance. Ask yourself which activity is more important, how much time should be allocated to. Know which work should be done earlier and which can be done a little later. For example, some important work like ledger work or register work might be very important. So we have to do that first, and we have to do our correction works or any other some writing work or notes making work. If we have to do that one later. So according to the importance of the activity, we have to plan so that the time can be saved. Time management plays a very important role, not only in organization, but also in our personal lives. Okay, in personal life means how time management is important in personal lives. Organization, we know, like registration, activities, everything, we have to plan according to the time, scheduled period, so on. So in our personal life, how time management is very important. Can anyone say?
If we give proper time to each and every activity, we will have ample time left for leisure also. But if we do
Okay.
not give proper time, if we do not give proper time, if a certain amount of time is not limited or is not categorized for each work, that time we will not have time for rest, we will not have time for going out, we will not have time for other activities of leisure.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. You're right. Even in our personal lives, we have to manage time. We have to plan and do the works so that we can run our complete day in a peaceful manner. Next slide, sir. Here, time management includes effective planning. Why effective planning is given in time management? It is because it is the cornerstone of time management, ensuring that tasks are completed efficiently and goals are achieved. Without planning something, can we do activity or some work in a prompt way, in a perfect manner? Without planning, we can do it immediately. Is it possible to do?
No, ma'am.
No. So effective planning is most important, and it is the cornerstone of time management. And setting goals and objectives. So here, setting goals and objectives provides direction, increases motivation, and helps prioritize tasks. It would be effective if not, it won't be effective if not planned. Yes, Nisha ma'am. Ensure your goals align with your broader objectives and values. Set a deadline to create a sense of urgency and keep you on track. So when we set goals and objectives, if organization is giving us some time limit to complete a work, before that only we have to set our mindset or goal that we are going to complete it before time, so that if there is some changes or something is going to happen, or if they are going to change some sequence in that plan, we can go according to that. Setting deadlines. Here, setting deadlines is a crucial part of time management. It helps in ensuring that tasks are completing on time and goals are met. As effective plan and setting goals is there, setting deadlines can be done. So divide larger projects into smaller manageable tasks. Here in setting deadlines, we can do a smart analysis or smart work, like ensure deadlines are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound thing. And the next comes delegation of responsibilities. Here, delegating responsibilities is a critical component of effective time management. It helps distribute workload, leverage team strength, and ensures tasks are completed efficiently. And it determines which task can be handled by others. For example, for a maths teacher, science lab work can be given. Is it possible for a maths teacher to science lab activity?
No.
No. So by delegation of responsibilities is we are going to allocate or divide the work into groups or teams, which can be done earlier by few people, and acknowledge that delegates efforts and successes. And when it is done in a complete, when we are giving some responsibilities, even we need some encouragement and motivation as a teachers, right? So when some work or responsibilities is given to someone, even we have to acknowledge their success. And prioritizing activities as per their importance. Here, it is very essential thing in time management. It ensures that your focus on tasks that align with your goals and have the greatest impact. So adjust your priorities as circumstance and goals change. As we discussed in the second point, suddenly there might be few changes in the ledger work or some register work or the method we usually follow. Suddenly they may change. So as per that activity, and we have to give priority for that changes also, so that when we follow this prioritizing activities, our effective planning and goals can be achieved. And spending the right time on the right activity. Here, it allocates specific blocks of time for different activities. Establish each activity as a specific purpose and desired outcome. Avoid multitasking, concentrate on one task, and a time to enhance focus and efficiency. For example, spending the right time on the right activity. You are concentrating on 2-3 activities. Can any one activity be fulfilled, or it will be in a prompt, perfect way?
No, ma'am.
No. So we have to plan one activity at a time, and in that right time, we are going to complete that one activity in the proper way. Next slide, sir. Yes. Here are some characteristics of good time management. Don't misuse time. Concentrate and finish assignments on time. Don't wait till the last moment. As I said, if they are fixing some date, by this Friday you have to complete some work, means let us try to complete it before Thursday, so that let us not wait till the last moment of the work given. Do not kill time by loitering or gossiping around. So don't sit and waste your time by talking about so and so student is like that. See, as a teachers, we have to discuss, but unnecessary discussion is not required. It will save our time when we avoid that sort of discussions. First, complete your work and then do whatever you feel like doing. For example, you want to complete some question paper work. Instead of doing question paper work, you are going to do next month lesson plan or something else, means it is not going to save your time. For next month it will be saving, but at present it is not going to save your time. So even concentrate first where the work should be completed first, and then go to the next work or wish what you want to do. Next slide, sir. And here be focused that develop the habit of using planners, organizers, table calendars for better time management. As teachers, we all will have a notebook in hand. So wherever some important things are insisted or it is informed to us, let us make a note so that we will not miss anything. Even that small notes can save us from so many moments or so many places. Like sometimes we may forget what some person told or informed us. Later it will be a big issue. So to avoid those things, let us make a small note of everything. Let us make it as a habit. Sir, previous slide, sir. Set reminders on phone or your personal computers. Wherever it is necessary to set alarm for something, make use of alarms on your phones and even in your personal computers. That is like getting mail, like that. Next one, sir. Benefits of time management. Here, why we are concentrating more on time management? Do you have any idea of what is the benefit here by managing the time?
You save yourself from stress.
Okay. Instead of doing it at a time, we will save ourselves from stress. Yes, right answer, ma'am. Thank you. Any other answer, dear participants? Next slide, sir. Okay. Here, benefits of time management. Time management refers to making the best possible use of available time. That is when we plan, when we are planning and we are setting goals and doing, definitely the time will be saved. The time is going to be saved and we can use of the remaining available times also. Managing time well enables an individual to do the right thing at the right time. So when we are managing the time and we are planning the work and the goals to do in the right thing, so it will make our time the best time or the right time. Time management plays a pivotal role in one's personal as well as professional life. So as we discussed, time management is very important in professional life also, in personal life also. Without managing time, can we get ready to school and can we move early to the school on time? Is it no, is it not possible? So let us go through some benefits of time management. Here we have few benefits, that is points, which is the benefits of time management. Let us see. Next slide, sir. Here comes, makes you punctual and disciplined. When we have a managed time, when we have planned something exactly, it is going to make us punctual and disciplined. That is, to make the judicious use of time, prepare a task or a to-do list at the start of the day. Then sort activities which need to be done in a particular day as per their importance and urgency. Allocate specific time to each activity. As we said, we can't do every activity in one time. At a time, we can't do 2-3 activities. So for one activity, let us pick some time. For second one, let us pick some time. In that way, we are going to allocate specific time period to each activity. So a well-structured task plan helps you prioritize and stay organized and ensure that you are working efficiently towards your goals. So when you are coming late, when you are not punctual to class, or when you are not punctual to school, first thing what happens, it will be like the teacher itself is not punctual. So there, the first thing what is required, we have to manage time over there. Am I right, dear teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Sir, next slide, sir. And here, boosts your morale and confidence. Here, accomplishing tasks within the stipulated time frame makes you popular in the organization as well as amongst your peers. So when we have some time work or time frame to do all our work, this teacher is punctual always. Organization will give some appreciation. Few organization, I can't assure that all the organizations, few organization will appreciate that so and so teacher comes punctually on time to school. Am I right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes. So people who understand the value of time are the ones who manage to stand apart from the crowd. So sometimes even they used to say like, how you are managing time, we don't know. But when you manage and when you do all the activities or whatever you want perfectly, we are going to stand apart from some sort of people. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And individuals who finish off work on time are looked up to by others and are always the center of the attention everywhere. As I said for the second point, individuals who finish off their work, whatever the situation is. As teachers, we have to be complete our work. We should maintain time. We should manage time at first, so that everyone's attention, we will be the center of attraction also sometimes over there when we maintain time and we are into the exact flow. Next slide, sir. Okay, here, reduces time to reach goal and objectives. Here, managing time effectively helps employees to meet targets way ahead of deadlines. Effective time management plays a pivotal role in increasing an individual's productivity. So here, reduces time to reach goal and objectives. It significantly reduces the time needed to reach goal and objectives by enhancing productivity, focus, and efficiency. So what happens here, by identifying and focus on tasks that we are going to do is the most significant impact on our goals. So you ensure that your efforts are directed towards the most important activities, as we discussed, which is going to be completed first, which is most important to be done first, that should be done first. And the second thing, whichever you want, you can do it later after completing the main work allocated in that time period. Next slide, sir. Here, next one. Effective time management helps employees to reach the pinnacle of success quickly and stay firm at the top for a longer duration. That's what as we discussed, it is going to be the center of attraction when we maintain time and when we complete our work. An employee who works just for the sake of working fails to create an impression and it is never taken seriously at work. For example, if any teacher, none of the teacher will do that, for it's just an example. If a teacher is working just for sake of, okay, I have to be here, so I am doing. Can she manage time or can she be center of attraction or something?
No, ma'am.
No. So when we do just for sake of organization or we have to do for that reason we are doing, we cannot be a successful person there. Next slide, sir. Here, when we manage time, it reduces stress. As Marina ma'am said in the beginning, it reduces stress and anxiety. Remember, there is no point in wasting time and driving later. Finish off pending work on time, and then you would have lot of time for your friends, relatives, and family members. So you just think that you're an organization person, or you're some higher authorities of some organization. Okay, instead of completing your work, instead of completing your ledger work, or instead of completing your correction part, you're sitting and chit-chatting with your friends in the staff room. Is it good, or will you feel okay for that?
No, ma'am.
No. Why no, ma'am? Can you say why?
Because first of all, that if you are going to if you're going to keep gossiping and chatting, that time is consumed. When you're supposed to do your work, that time is consumed, and then the stress sets in because there's very less time left for the work to be done. And when there's less time left for the work to be done, a person comes under stress and tension, and then he tries to speed up the work. And when he tries to speed up the work, there are many mistakes in the work.
Yes,
And when there are many
exactly.
mistakes, in the work, the organization will never take you seriously. It will always be irritated with you. Your management will always be irritated with you.
Yes, exactly. Your answer is right, Marina ma'am. So when we waste our time, we are making someone to get irritated, or we are going to irritate ourselves when the time is pressurized. When we are pressurized to complete that work, we are going to irritated by ourselves. Next slide, sir. Better prioritizing of tasks and activities. So when we manage time, it is going to be better prioritizing of tasks and activities. It is foolish to stay overburdened. Do not accept anything and everything that comes your way. As I said previously, if you are a science teacher and if they give some maths work, can you able to do that? Simply
No,
we
ma'am.
can't say yes. We can't say yes. And when we say yes, it has to be in a prompt way. So it is a foolish way, or we are going to overburden ourselves. So don't accept anything that which you cannot do or which you can't complete. Next slide, sir. Okay, here are few time management techniques. Next slide, sir. Okay, time management techniques. Time management refers to the judicious use of time for achieving success in life. So when we manage time, can we succeed in life? Is it for
Yes.
sure? Yes,
Yes, definitely.
Time management helps an individual to make the best possible use of time. As we discussed earlier, when we plan something to be done in the particular period, we are going to complete that. For that, time management helps us to complete it. And it is essential for individuals to value time and allocate the right time to the right activity. So by this weekend, I'm going to complete this activity, means we are going to complete that activity before this week. So when we make delay for that activity, will it be useful?
No.
It is waste of time here. Next, let us go through some time management techniques. Next slide, sir. Here, set your priorities. Prepare a to-do task list or a task plan to jot down tasks you need to complete against the time slot assigned to each activity. As we discussed, we have to have a slip pad or notepad with us, and we are going to do the to-do list, that what has to be done first, what has to be next. Second, we are going to make a note and we are going to do the things so that it is going to save our time. High priority tasks must be written on top, followed by tasks which can be done a little later. For example, correction work should be first, and lab activities, so on. So which is your to-do list. According to that, you are going to make the list and you are going to make use of time and you are going to manage the time. Make sure you stick to your task list. That is, it is not that we are going to write and we are going to keep the book aside. When we write it, when we make a list, make sure that we are going to follow that list. Next slide. Sir. Finish your assignments on time. Tick the tasks you have already finished. When we are going in that notepad way or the to-do list way, tick wherever it is completed so that it will be useful for us to know where we have finished our work already. Next one, sir. Okay, differentiate between urgent and important. Can anyone answer me here? What is the difference between urgent work and important work?
Urgent work is something that has to be done on the spot, which is needed in a very short duration of time. And important work is something that you have to do. It is essential for the organization, but it is not as, it doesn't have to be given to the organization as soon as the urgent work.
Right.
Okay. Any other answers? Thank you, Marina ma'am. Urgent should be handled immediately. Okay, Shivani ma'am, right answer. Thank you. Okay, here important is of great significance or value. Urgent is requiring immediate action or attention. So now first finish off what all is urgent and then go for the important work. Do not begin your day with something which is not so important and can be done little later. Do not wait for your boss reminders. That is the first point says that which is not so important to be done today, don't go for that. It can be done later also. So which is important, that can be done first. And next one is every time don't wait for some higher authorities reminders to complete the work. Let us make a to-do list and let us finish our work before our higher authorities is going to remind us. Next slide, sir. Here, don't overload yourself. Okay, here, how teachers will overload themselves, can anyone say?
Yes, ma'am. When you are a good worker, then other teachers and other people tend to put their work onto your head. They will try that a part of their work should be done by you. So,
Okay.
and if you're not prompt enough to say no, or if you don't have the courage to say no, you will be overloaded with work because you're doing your work, you're doing their work. Ultimately, you're doing nobody's work. Your work also is not done properly, and their work also is not done properly.
Yes, you're exactly right, ma'am. Any other, by accepting too many tasks which we are unable to achieve in time. Exactly, Shivani ma'am. Any other answers here, dear teachers? How we will overload ourselves? Any other answers?
If we're going to please our boss, if we're the type who always tries to please people, especially the higher management, in that case, the management will think, okay, this is a good candidate. He's always or she's always ready to take the workload. So you just keep piling work on the person's head. But ultimately, it's you who has to decide whether you're able to take the workload or you're actually getting shattered under the workload.
Yes, ma'am, you're right. Okay, here. Say a firm no to your boss if you feel you would not be able to complete a certain assignment within the assigned deadline. For example, suddenly your head is calling you and she or he is going to ask you to complete some ledger work or some register work within tomorrow morning. Will you say yes?
No,
Is it
ma'am.
possible
Not
for
at all.
us to do?
No, ma'am.
Not at all. Okay, so whenever we can't do something or it is not our side or when it is not to be done by us, we have to say no. Don't worry, you will not feel bad. So when we say no, we can say yes and we can accept. But if there is some mistakes, again, it will be a blame on us. Am I right? So instead of saying yes and accepting things and doing some mistake, we can say no. So when we say no, or when we say the reason that I am not that particular subject teacher or so and so to do that, will they feel bad about us?
No, ma'am.
No. So probably you can assign the same to any of your fellow workers. So who can do it? That work can be assigned to the some other co-workers. and accept tasks which you are really confident about. When you feel that you can do it, it is very, how to say, confidential it should be. When you can do something with confidence, then you accept it. Next one, sir. Okay, be organized. Here, keep things at their proper places. Files must be kept at their respective drawers. Staple important documents and put it in a proper folders. Learn to be a little more organized. This will save your time, which goes on unnecessary searching. So here, keeping things at their proper places, it is in the sense, what are the files to be kept in the drawers? Can anyone say? As teachers, which are the files to be kept in the important files, that is important files to be kept in the drawers?
The fees receipts. The fees receipts.
Okay. In the
What are
school
the circulars
calendar
we
or
have sent?
diary, we will have some student data which should be kept with the teacher. A place for everything and everything in its place. Yes, you're right, Taranga ma'am.
The leave
So
letters
files,
of the students.
leave letters of the students. Yes, you're exactly right, ma'am. Okay, staple important documents and put them in a proper folders. Important document in the sense, as Sudhamati ma'am said, some leave letters. Few children may take 3-4 days leave. We should how to say, we should file that records. So we have to keep that leave letter safe. Learn to be a little more organized. This will save your time, which goes on unnecessary searching. So when we keep our files and important documents in a proper folder or file where it is going to be kept, we are not going